Welcome back to the next video. In today's video I will show you how to access uh, contact uh, contact details from the contact apps in Godot Game Engine for Android. So we'll be creating a plugin for it. So yeah, let's get started. So first, unfortunately I can't show you the output because I don't want to reveal all my friends contact details, but yeah, it works. I guarantee you that. So yeah, first you will have to create an Android project, and once you create an Android project, it can be an empty views project or Jetpack Compose project using Android Studio. Then just right click new module, go to Android library. Here you can name your library anything you want. I have named it as my library. Give some package name according to your convenience and click on finish. I have already created it, so won't create it again. Then you will have to go to build.gradle.kts, and here you will have to add this dependency. At the time of this recording I am using Godot 4.2.1, but if you are using some higher version in the future, make sure you update this version as well, and you can find the latest version on Maven Central. Next you will have to go to your library. Inside Kotlin plus Java, create a file called Godot Android plugin, which extends from Godot plugin as well as lifecycle owner. I'm using lifecycle owner because I want to make use of coroutines as well, and this is like boilerplate code for lifecycle owner to register lifecycle and all that stuff. And here first we also need to ask for read contacts permission because we can't directly read contacts. So I am asking, so this is the boilerplate code for it, and all the contacts which I have read, I will be keeping it inside a string. And while passing it from Godot side to and from Android side to Godot side, I am converting this list of string to a normal string, because sending complex objects from Android to Godot is not supported at the moment. You can send a list of strings, but even that I was finding it little difficult, but that's why I'm sending everything as a string on the Godot side, even though I'm storing it in a form of list of string on the Android side. And here here you can define what all details you want. I just want the contact ID, display name and phone number. Okay, next here I have named my plugin as my plugin. You can name it whatever you want, but do remember this name. We will be using this in lot other places. Here I have registered a signal to send data from Android to Godot side, and this method will be called from Godot side. So as soon as this method is called, I am requesting for the contact permission to read contacts. And if the so here is a boilerplate code again to check whether the permission was granted. Okay, and once you ask this permission, the callback comes over here. So if the user has granted the permission, then we call get contact list. If not, then I'm just showing a toast message. So once you get a permission, the call comes over here, and I'm using IO thread because there could be a lot of contacts, and if you do it on the main thread, your app will get application not responding error. So here I am getting our content resolver first, then using that I am querying for content URI, our projection, and for selection and selection argument I have kept it as null, and the display I am displaying according to the ascending format of display name. Then I have created an hash set. The reason is that because there could be duplicate contacts for same number, that's why I have created a hash set for this. Then I am using our cursor. I am getting the name index, number index. Okay, then I am constantly moving our cursor because cursor will has a lot of data, so I am doing that over here. Then I am getting the name inside the name variable and the number inside the number variable, and here I am replacing any empty strings with removing empty strings, okay, or spaces. And here I am checking if the mobile hash set does not contain this particular number, then only add this inside our array as well as within our hash set, otherwise don't add it. And while sending it, here you can see I'm just sending all the numbers back to the user. So yeah, next what you will have to do is I'm not sending the name. If you want, you can send the name as well, your choice. Once that is done, so yeah, here I am just emitting the signal. Next what we'll have to do is we will have to go to android manifest.xml, and here I have added the read contacts permission, and here this is the boilerplate code which I have copied from Godot documentation. Only thing which you will have to change, this should be your plugin name and this should be your package name. In case you forgot, this is your package name and this is your plugin name. Next, you will have to go to the project drop down, and inside your library you will have to create a folder called export scripts template. Inside that, create a file called export underscore plugin.gd. Again, I have copy pasted everything from the docs. Only thing which you will have to remember is this should be your plugin name. Everything else will remain the same. Also, one more thing which you have to do is you will have to add this get android dependency, because we are making use of coroutines, and coroutines are not directly present inside the android build template for Godot, which we will download for Godot. So I have to add this to dependency, even though these are not added inside our build.gradle file. Once that is done, you will have to create a plugin.cfg file as well. Again, I have copied it from docs. Only thing which you have to change is your plugin name. Change description and author to whatever you like. Next, you will have to open your terminal and cd to your android project, not to your android library. So go to your android project inside terminal, and then you will have to run this command. So this command ./gradle wassemble. Once you run this command, you can go to your android project, go to your library, build, outputs, AR, and here you should see 2 AR files being generated. I have already cut pasted those files to my Godot project, that's why you are not seeing it over here. Next, just create your Godot project. Inside your Godot project, create a folder called add-ons. Inside that, create a folder with your plugin name. Inside that, create a folder called bin, and inside bin, create 2 folders, debug and release. Now copy this debug AR file to the debug folder and release AR file to the release folder. But you will also have to change the name a little bit, so I'll show you how to change the name. Once you copy the file, you will have to change the name as your plugin name -debug.aar. Similarly for release as well, your plugin name -release.aar. Once that is done, you will also need to copy these 2 files, export plugin.gd and plugin.cfg, to your Godot project inside your plugin folder. So here you can see I have copied these 2 files as well. Next, go to project, install android build template. I have already done that. Then click on export, click add android. At the bottom you might be seeing a fix import button, just click on it, and here you will have to check this use Gradle build option, and here you will have to check whatever device your android architecture is running on. If you don't know, select all 4 of those. Then go to project settings, go to plugins, and here you will have to check this checkbox. Once you do that, inside the UI, as you can see, I'm just taking a VBox container and a label, and I have attached one script to it as well. So if I go to the script, so here first pass whatever is your plugin name. Inside onReady, I'm initializing our plugin, as well as I'm immediately calling our get contacts method as well. If you want, you can call this inside a button click as well. And once we are also initializing our signal, and once we get a signal, I'm just updating our label. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.